but they're saying it's over an overdose.
That's some fake pills, bro. 9 times out of 10, it's probably them fake pills. Like, I don't knock nobody who do what they do, but it's too dangerous to get anything off the streets. Like, you gambling with your life when you swallow that pill that you got from your homeboy. Even if he said he got it from the doctor, like, don't believe it. If you didn't go to a doctor and get that as your medication, don't take it. Even if somebody selling it to you got the pill bottle, there could be an old pill bottle they had and they putting new fake pills in it. Like, it's a dangerous game if you out here taking drugs. You gotta really, like, pay attention.
I can say this, and this is not an excuse. My son never indulged in drugs around me. You got to realize I'm his dad, bro. And I was a disciplinarian. I was strict, structured. So certain things I didn't see. I never saw Quan pop a pill in front of me. I saw him smoke weed. I saw him drink liquor. But certain things I never saw him do. But in my mind, I knew when he was higher than normal. And I would address it with him. I used to tell him, like, hey, man, whatever you going through in life, your ass ain't in a pill bottle or liquor bottle, man. I used to tell.
It's been over a year since Rich Homie Quan passed, but the streets are still buzzing. Fans, and even people in Atlanta, say the official overdose story just doesn't add up. Rumors are swirling that his death wasn't just a tragic accident, but possibly an inside job. Some whispers even point to someone close, maybe even family, being involved. But before we dive deeper, let's rewind and set the scene. Back on September 5, 2024. Rich Homie Quan was found dead by his girlfriend, Amber Williams. According to her, he was foaming at the mouth and she called 911 immediately.
On the couch since this morning. Well, he never came to bed last night. Sleep on the couch. I left him on the couch before I took my son to school this morning, put a blanket over him. And I just checked on him again because he never got up. I don't feel a heartbeat. I don't see him.
On the surface, it was ruled an accidental overdose, a lethal combo of fentanyl, codeine, promethazine, and THC. The official story made it sound like just another tragic rapper overdose, quick, clean, case closed. But the streets weren't buying it. Fans immediately started questioning things. Wham was getting clean, wasn't he? Could he really have been popping pills like that? That's when things got interesting. As people dug deeper, Young Thug's name kept coming up. Rumors suggested he might have been involved in Quan's death. For a minute, that theory gained traction. After all, their bond had once been tight, almost like brothers. But eventually, it became clear it wasn't personal. Young Thug himself addressed it, saying the industry had been pulling strings, playing puppet master to keep them apart. The streets caught on fast. Thug didn't kill Quan, and that theory quickly started to fade. 1. Dude wrote, Thug love Quan and Woody. They care about each other than to hurt each other. Another said, Thug and Quan was like Shaq and Kobe. They made pure fire together. So that left a huge question mark. If it wasn't Thug, then who? That's when the story took a darker turn. Fans and insiders started whispering about the people closest to Quan. Who could pull something like this off? Someone on the inside, someone Quan trusted. Now that the case files have been reopened, those whispers are only getting louder. Rumors on the street even suggest a family member might have been involved. Quan's father is still grieving to this day. When he talks about that night, the way he breaks down, it's clear how close he was to his son. Quan wasn't just his son, he was the reflection of what his father never had. Growing up without a dad, he made sure to be there for Quan from day one. And that bond? It ran deep.
This chair I'm sitting there alone, I don't wish this on nobody, man. Like, I honestly, I envision my son getting older and pulling up, kicking it with me on some grown man shit, bro. You feel me?
Yeah.
Like, I wanted to have them time, man, while I was old and we just kicked it and we talked about what we did.
Quan leaned on his dad, confiding in him, sharing every high and low. So when the news came that his son had supposedly died from an overdose, it just didn't add up. Quan wasn't into pills, his father says. Sure, he smoked, he drank, but this wasn't him. And that's when the words everyone feared started coming up: foul play.
And I can say this, and this is not an excuse. My son never indulged in around me. You got to realize I'm his dad, bro. And I was a disciplinarian. I was strict, structured. So certain things I didn't see. I never saw Quan pop a pill in front of me. I saw him smoke weed. I saw him drink liquor. But certain things I never saw him do. But in my mind, I knew when he was higher than normal. And I would address it with him. I used to tell him, like, hey, man, whatever you going through in life, your ass ain't in a pill bottle or liquor bottle, man. I used to tell him that.
His father has been clear: the overdose report doesn't make sense. Being as close as they were, he knows exactly what his son would, and wouldn't, do. Then there's the toxicology report. People on the streets noticed it dropped too fast. Usually, it takes more time: blood work, lab analysis, verification. That's when whispers started: something doesn't add up. Combine that with Quan's father insisting his son wasn't on pills, and the theory of foul play began gaining traction. Now, let's rewind to that morning. Amber Williams, Quan's girlfriend, found him unresponsive. According to reports, he was foaming at the mouth. She called 911. But there's a catch. People online noticed Amber's calm tone. Some even said she sounded more like she was ordering a pizza than calling for emergency help. She asked to add Quan's dad to the call, odd timing, considering the urgency. Street sleuths zeroed in on that moment, not outright accusing, but questioning it. How could she stay so calm? By the time she returned from taking the kids to school, crucial minutes had already passed. And now, people are asking, did she know more than she let on? And then there's Quan's brother, Andre. The footage and interviews that dropped show him finding Quan on the kitchen floor with food in his mouth. Instead of calling for help, he moved him to the couch. On the streets, people were calling that behavior suspicious. After Quan died, Andre posted photos wearing Quan's clothes with laughing emojis. Rumors started swirling. Some said he tried to sell obituaries and even reached out to Future for a collab just days after Quan's death. That raised more questions. Did he already know his brother was gone? Was he taking photos for someone? Could this have been part of an inside job? These questions aren't new, they've been circulating for a while. But now, the spotlight is back on Andre and Quan's inner circle. Fans have been digging, examining Amber, Andre, and even Kia Brown, a woman who was at the house that morning. When questioned by authorities, Kia's behavior was shaky. Some say she was trying to leave, others say she gave evasive answers about who else was there.
I'm just friends with one of the people that stay in the house.
Name?
Quick.
Quick. So you Quick's friend?
Correct.
Okay. And you don't remember what time you arrived?
No. I have no idea what has transpired before or after. I was just in the room.
Combine that with side stories and friends popping up on social media making claims about Quan's habits, and the web gets even thicker. Everyone in the house that morning, 4 people in total, some of them witnesses to Quan struggling, suddenly became pieces of the puzzle. Street analysts also flagged something even more chilling. Hurricane Chris suggested that Quan might have been poisoned, not an accident, not a bad pill, but something deliberate.
But they're saying it's over an overdose.
That's some fake pills, bro. 9 times out of 10, it's probably them fake pills. Like, I don't knock nobody who do what they do, but it's too dangerous to get anything off the streets. Like, you gambling with your life when you swallow that pill that you got from your homeboy. Even if he said he got it from the doctor, like, don't believe that. If you didn't go to a doctor and get that as your medication, don't take it. Even if somebody's selling it to you, got the pill bottle. There could be an old pill bottle they had, and they putting new fake pills in it. Like, it's a dangerous game if you out here taking drugs. You gotta really, like, pay attention.
Online, people started piecing together the possible motive. Word is Quan was supposed to testify in a YSL case. He had a chance to return to the streets clean, rebuild his life, and speak up. Some believe taking him out quietly might have been a way to silence him before he could open his mouth. Add that to the whispers about family, and the situation gets even messier. And then there's the old YSL angle. Fans still remember the barbershop incident involving Quan's father, when he was shot in Atlanta. Early theories pointed to industry jealousy, people hating that Quan had a father figure, that he was grounded, that he wasn't just another rapper running wild. Some thought Young Thug might have had a hand in it, but that angle faded quickly. Thug had nothing to gain, and insiders confirmed he respected Quan. He went cold the moment he heard about Quan's death during a courtroom trial, what people called brother-level pain. That's when Birdman enters the story, a powerful industry figure who, according to rumors, was the one who first brought Quan and Thug together. Quan himself even confirmed it.
And so, would you say that during that time period, you and Thug were really like close friends, or was it just like a convenient musical relationship and Birdman was really the thing that was keeping y'all together?
No, that was my dog. That was my dog.
Right.
Definitely my dog. It was Birdman wasn't keeping me together. Shit, I met Bird through Thug.
Right.
I wouldn't have met Bird if it was you know what I mean?
Right.
1. Dude hit hard saying, man, 9 times. Out of 10 when I hear the name Birdman. In business together, I know it's some BS attached to it. Another wrote, he was the snake in all of this.